What's good, y'all? It's Receiver Teacher, and today we're going to talk about how to watch film properly. All right, I was lucky enough throughout my high school career, all right, to be coached by ex-college and pro-level coaches, all right, that taught me how to watch film properly, what to look for, and all that stuff. And I'm here to give that to you guys today. But before we get into that, you know the drill. Make sure you go to ReceiverTeacher.com. Fill out your email in our contact form to gain access to free exclusive content. All right, so how to watch film, that's kind of a loaded question. All right, so we're going to break it down into 3 different parts. Number 1 is going to be scheme, all right, finding out the other team's scheme, what do they like to run. Number 2 is going to be situational tendencies, all right, so on certain situations, let's say it's third down, what do they like to do? First down, what do they like to do? And number 3 is going to be studying your matchup. All right, so again, number 1 is their scheme. What do they like to run? Are they a middle of field closed team or a middle of field open team? Right? Do they use 2 safeties or 1 safety? All right, so middle of field closed, 1 high safety brings another guy in the box, right? Usually the strong safety right here. As a general rule, I think it's a lot easier to throw against 1 high safety defenses because, again, there's one guy has to range all across the field, all right? There's a lot more space to be taking shots. All right, that doesn't mean you can't beat a middle of field open defense, because there definitely is still weaknesses, but usually against a 2 high safety defense, all right, there's going to be a lot more running the ball, because again, it's 1 less guy in the box. All right, now if they're a middle of field open, middle of field closed team, all right, that doesn't mean they're going to do it on every single snap, obviously, and that's where number 2, situational tendencies, come into play. All right, so you should always know their tendencies. Let's say on first down, all right, do they like to blitz? Do they like to play man coverage? Same thing on third down. All right, third and long versus third and short. What do they usually like to do in those situations? All right, if it's third and long and you got to take a shot, all right, they might go in a cover 4, or if it's third and short and maybe you're at the goal line or whatever, it might go cover 1. All right, you also need to know how they align or how they defend certain alignments. So right here we got a bunch formation or a cluster, whatever you want to call it. All right, and there's a bunch of different ways that a defense can defend this. All right, either they can man up, all right, everybody gets a man. Either the point man can get a jam and then sink to the flats, and then the corner gets the first threat to the outside, and the nickel gets the first threat to the inside. All right, so if you're a team that uses bunch formation a lot and you see their opponent has used bunch formation against them, all right, take a look and really study how are they defending that bunch formation, all right, because that's going to give you an idea of what they're going to do to you on game day, all right. You also want to know the leverage of the defenders, all right, so right here, middle of field closed, 1 safety, all right, the nickel is inside leverage, all right, because his job is to get a jam on the number 2. Don't allow a free release up the seam in between these 2 defenders, all right? Now, even if the coverage is cover 3, the way they align can change depending on, your personnel, the offense personnel. So right here is a 2-by-1 set. Now, if he's inside of you, all right, he doesn't want you to take the inside, all right? So, he's going to be more susceptible to moves to the inside. So let's say you're lined up, you can give a jab to the inside, take the outside, wrap him, all right, do something like that. But, you might not want to take the inside here because, in case he jams you right here and then you end up in no man's land with these linebackers, all right, and it's too much time to get back on your line in the seam. Right now, if we see right here, it's 1 high safety. So, again, either cover 1 or cover 3. Now, they send the tight end in motion right here and no one follows him, all right, so that indicates zone coverage. We also get an early bail right here from the field corner. So, pre-snap, again, this looks like cover 3 like we just saw. But now, like we see, all right, this guy is kind of head up. He's not necessarily forcing the outside, all right? He actually gives him the inside right here. And if we're to hit the seam, all right, this is pretty open in the NFL world. All right, now, if you have a tight condensed split, all right, is he going to line up inside or head up with you, all right, and disregard that, you have all this space out here to the sideline? Or is he going to line up outside of you and not give you all this free space out here? Again, these are things to be thinking about, situational tendencies. All right, again, 1 safety high, all right, the strong safety capping over number 1, all right, the corner's got his eyes inside, all right, blitz indicator. If you haven't watched my video, how to identify blitzes pre-snap, all right, make sure you go check that out. But right here is a blitz indicator. They probably saw this on film, right? Let's say it's third down. They like to blitz a lot on third down, all right? Now the safety's over top. They probably saw that on film. As soon as the corner blitzes, all right, this is a cat blitz, all right, C, corner, cat blitz, right off the snap. This is supposed to be a run play. If you see everybody blocking, all right, but they know it's a blitz, so he's just going to pull the ball and throw it out here to his hot route, all right, which is Robert Woods. Again, they know from film study that on this play, all right, when this happens, it's going to be a blitz. So now this is free yards right here off just, studying film. And, yeah, that's the first down. Easy money. All right, when you motion out a running back, all right, does one of the linebackers follow? If so, then you know it's man coverage. Right here from this picture, you automatically know it's cover 2 man, all right, because there's 2 high safeties, middle of field open. Now all these guys are stacked on top, all right, in man coverage. Right on the goal line, All right. Do they like to send someone back? All right. Cloud up your reads. All right. All this stuff. Right. Again, situational tendencies. All right. I could make a whole video on this itself. And all that information is just going to help you form your plan. All right. Which is really the number one thing with any rep. All right. You got to have a plan. If you see it's cover 3 and you guys outside leverage, he's off at depth, and you got a dig route. All right. Maybe you stem at him. All right. Straighten him up. Or maybe you hop in his blind spot, then break it in, just making your plan. That's the most important thing. But again, if you don't know what you're looking at, it's a lot harder to make your plan. All right, now number 3 is just studying your matchup, right? The easiest one. What does your defender like to bite on? Does he play lots of press coverage? If he does, is it, hard press? Is it soft press? Does he use his hands a lot? Does he rely on his speed? Is he jumping his routes because he knows he's got the speed? Can you beat him with your speed? All that stuff, right? Just be asking your questions. You should know your matchup inside and out. Pause. This is just an example of how it works in the NFL, right? So this Odell against William Jackson, all right, hits him with a stutter comeback, all right, in week 2 of last year for the touchdown. Now this is week 6, I believe, all right, same sort of thing out of a spray release this time though, little out and up or comeback, whatever. All right, and he gets vertical, all right, for the big gain. Now, week 10 of that same year, all right, Deontay Johnson hits William Jackson with the exact same move, all right, stutter comeback, and again, gets like a 50-yard gain out of it. All right, so this is an example, just studying your matchup. What does he bite on? Now, I know this was a lot of hypotheticals, all right, a bit of a longer video, and I hope you did get some value out of it. I hope it helped you, defensive scheme, identifying situational tendencies, and studying your matchup. I could make an entire video about each one individually instead of just rambling on in this one video. So let me know down below if you guys would want that, all right, me to go more in depth on each one. Hit the like button if you enjoyed and if it helped. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next video.